Hello, and welcome to When and How to Consider Mixed Methods. My name is Andrea Scott. It is my pleasure to give you an overview of Mixed Methods Design. This is an online module for medical and health science faculty members interested in using mixed methods in education research. In order to get the most out of this module, I recommend that you review Design to Align, How to Develop an Effective Education Research Study Design, Fundamentals of Quantitative Research, and Fundamentals of Qualitative Research modules. When and how to consider mixed methods will help you understand features of mixed methods design. Mixed methods research combines quantitative and qualitative research methods. I will first describe mixed methods research. Next, I will discuss the timing of quantitative and qualitative phases. Specific details about how to design the quantitative and qualitative phases of the research project are beyond the scope of this module. By utilizing the strengths of both quantitative and qualitative approaches, mixed methods addresses complex social and health science issues inadequately handled by utilizing just one approach. It allows researchers to explain initial results. Combining the methodologies also allows the researcher to expand their understanding of the research problem and meet the needs of research teams with diverse methodological preferences. Mixed methods research design presents a number of challenges for researchers. First, it requires extensive data collection. Next, analyzing both quantitative and qualitative data is a lengthy process. Finally, researchers must skillfully carry out both methods. When considering a mixed methods design, researchers need to make decisions about the weight or priority given to quantitative or qualitative methods, the timing of using both designs, the intent of the research, how to combine numeric image and text, and how to handle theorizing. When equal priority or weighting is given to the design method, the researcher collects quantitative and qualitative data concurrently. This may be done if it's difficult for the researcher to return to the field to collect more data. When priority favors qualitative methods, the data is collected sequentially. Researchers collect text and/or images first, with the intention of gaining insight into the phenomenon. Understanding is expanded through collecting numeric data from a representative sample of the population. When a quantitative design is prioritized, the data is also collected sequentially. However, numeric data is collected first, with the goal of describing, explaining, or predicting variables or relationships. Understanding is expanded by collecting more data in the form of text or images. Mixing of data may occur during data collection, analysis, interpretation, or during all three. Quantitative and qualitative data are integrated or merged by transforming themes into counts and comparing counts with descriptive data. In some cases, the mixing of the quantitative and qualitative research is connected between the end of one phase and the beginning of the other. Mixing of data can also occur by embedding one type of data within a study that primarily uses the other form of data. Typically, theories, frameworks, or hunches inform studies. Researchers must decide if a theoretical perspective will be explicitly incorporated into the research design or not mentioned at all. There are several questions that will help to decide which method to choose first. We will discuss concurrent data collection first. Then on the next slide, we will discuss sequential data collection. First, the triangulation approach compares two databases to find out if there is convergence, difference, or some combination. Ideally, both methods are weighted equally. However, in practice, one is typically given preference. One method may be used to offset inherent weaknesses in the other. While there is a shorter data collection period, this method requires a great amount of effort and ability. It is difficult to compare results from two different analyses, and it's unclear how to resolve discrepancies. With the embedded approach, the primary method guides the project while the secondary method provides support. This approach is typically used when different groups or levels are being studied. The two methods are unequally weighted. While the researcher gains perspective from different types of data or levels within the study, the approach results in unequal evidence and disadvantages in interpreting results. Finally, in the transformative approach, quantitative and qualitative methods may have equal or unequal weighting. While the approach shares features with triangulation and embedded approaches, it uses a theoretical perspective based on specific ideologies and positions mixed methods within a transformative framework, typically for advocacy or change. With a sequential approach, data is collected in separate phases. There are three types of sequential data collection methods. The first type is the explanatory approach, in which results from quantitative data collection and analysis are augmented with results from a follow-up qualitative study. For example, the analysis from questionnaires yield unexpected results, so an in-depth interview with study participants is conducted. The findings of the qualitative study helps to explain the quantitative results. While this approach is straightforward and easy to implement because of its clear, separate stages, the data collection process is lengthy. In the exploratory approach, the phases are reversed. Qualitative data is collected and analyzed, then quantitative data is used to help interpret the qualitative findings. This approach may be used if a new instrument needs to be developed. It is easy to carry out and straightforward to report. However, like the explanatory approach, there is a lengthy data collection process. With the transformative approach, quantitative or qualitative can be used in either phase. However, the theoretical perspective, which is usually based on advocacy or change, guides the study. This approach places the research within a transformative framework, but since it's relatively new, little guidance is provided. With a mixed method study, the researcher essentially follows the data collection process of both quantitative and qualitative designs. As mentioned before, please refer to the quantitative and qualitative educational modules for more details. Researchers specify the type of data that they will collect. For example, the quantitative phase uses questionnaires or surveys to collect numeric data, and the qualitative phase uses interviews and/or observations to collect quantitative data such as texts or images. Researchers align proper and rigorous sampling strategies to the selected method. As outlined earlier in this presentation, a detailed explanation of the weighting, timing, and mixing of the data aids the understanding of the study's design. In a concurrent approach, data transformation quantifies qualitative data. By creating and counting codes and themes, a researcher is able to compare quantitative and qualitative data. A concurrent embedded approach uses multiple levels of examination. Survey data is collected to discover relationships, while interviews explore a phenomenon. In a sequential approach, qualitative interviews help discover why outliers diverge from the quantitative sample. In addition, themes generated from qualitative data aids instrument development. Data analysis could combine quantitative and qualitative results in a matrix. For example, as you see here, a grid could be created to cross-reference quantitative and qualitative variables. The cells within the grid could be populated with either counts or quotes. Please consult the text shown on this page for more details on mixed methods design. Thank you.